first, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and activate the bell icon so you get all the new videos we launch. If you're one of the many people who takes a piece of meat out of the refrigerator or freezer and throws it directly on the grill, it's time to learn the error of your ways. For the best tasting steak, you're much better off taking it out of the cold and letting it sit for an hour or two before bringing the heat. If you start cooking the steak when it's already at room temperature, it will cook much more evenly. Yes, it'll take longer, but the difference is worth it. How are restaurant chefs able to get their chicken and pork chops to have that perfect delicious amount of juiciness? The answer is fairly simple: they brine it. Nope, brining's not just for turkeys. Soaking the meat in cold salt water infuses it with rich flavor and a juicy texture even before you cook it. Brining also helps keep your chicken or pork from drying out and provides a safeguard against overcooking. It's not just for baked goods anymore. If you add a pinch, or 3, of sugar to a recipe that uses tomatoes, you'll notice a delicious difference. The sugar counteracts the natural sour taste of the tomatoes to create a rich, pleasant flavor. Shuchik even noticed that adding a bit of sugar to a dish he was making with slightly out-of-season tomatoes made it taste like it was made with perfectly ripe ones. There's a great way to salvage some extra tomatoes. This super simple tip will help you step up your hamburger game, and it takes less than 10 seconds. First, toss the patty down hard on your cutting board to force out the air bubbles. Then, press an indent into the center of the patty. These two simple actions prevent the patty from puffing up in the middle and create a nice, even burger. They also keep the burger from bubbling while you cook it. The trick to making the clearest and tastiest chicken broth involves lots of chicken and lots of patience. Take your chicken meat and bones, if you're using them, and cook them in a small amount of water, just enough to cover them, for at least 3 hours. Cook on a low heat, and make sure to skim off any suds that float to the top. This will make the stock clearer and tastier. Don't add your vegetables right away, wait to add them after about an hour and a half to 2 hours. For the clearest broth possible, strain the liquid through cheesecloth. One word: heat. You can't produce a perfectly seared piece of fish without a piping hot pan. If you are looking for a sear, you need to bring on high levels of heat, says Wilcox. Wilcox also warns against overcrowding the pan while searing, that could seriously diminish the heat and prevent your fish from developing that succulent brown crust. Keeping the pan nice and hot also prevents bits of the fish from sticking to the pan when you flip it over. When cold, the proteins in the fish are more likely to adhere to the metal. Want restaurant quality, flavorful pasta no matter what sauce you're tossing it in? Before your pasta is fully cooked, transfer it into the sauce for the last few minutes of cooking. Doing this will help the noodles absorb the flavor and help the sauce cling to them better. If the sauce comes out too thick, add a little bit of the leftover pasta water until it reaches the texture you want.